be honest with you, I kind of like blacked out. I don't like violence or anything like that.
This is 22-year-old Jacoby McLeod, a man who could care less about the fact that he just murdered his 2 innocent roommates because through his terrible lies.
So you thought that he might attack you?
Yes, but I just wanted, honestly, peace.
Jacoby thinks he's getting away with it all, completely unaware that everyone in this interrogation room already knows that what happened to Darian and Shelby was no simple accident.
I know there's no way of getting around it.
Those details are very important to us. Knowing exactly what happens really is how we decide where we go from here.
On January 2nd, 2022, officers with the Fort Worth Police Department received a frantic 911 call. The caller, 22-year-old Jacoby McLeod, claimed he had just shot his roommate in self-defense and that his roommate's girlfriend was also injured, bleeding from several stab wounds. Officers were immediately dispatched while Jacoby remained on the line, guided by dispatchers to render aid. But when officers arrived at the scene, it looked less like self-defense and more like a massacre. Inside the home, they found 26-year-old Darian Dean suffering from multiple gunshot wounds with a knife in his hand. However, the way the knife had been positioned raised immediate suspicion, as it looked like it had been placed there after Dean was already dead. In another room, officers discovered 21-year-old Shelby Emerson suffering from multiple wounds, and unfortunately, due to blood loss, Shelby did not make it. And at the center of both homicides was Jacoby, whose own injuries began raising several questions. Instead of the kind of wounds typically seen in a violent struggle for survival, his injuries appeared to be self-inflicted wounds. And there was something else that complicated his self-defense story even further. A witness who had seen the entire incident unfold, whose initial statements did not match up with what Jacoby told dispatchers. Before the investigation had even properly begun, detectives were already facing a scene where the physical evidence, the placement of the weapon, Jacoby's injuries, the presence of 2 victims, and a witness account all pointed in a different direction. So later that night, Jacoby McLeod was brought into the Fort Worth Police Department for questioning. Detectives needed to know what really happened inside that house, and as the interview starts, it quickly becomes clear that Jacoby's story will fall apart.
All right, my name is Detective Stones. I work for Fort Worth PD. I understand that you were involved in a bit of a back and forth scuffle earlier today that ended up giving you some wounds in your arm. So, we're real early in our investigation. We really just begun. So there's a lot of answers I don't know, and you probably have a lot of those answers because you were actually there, and I wasn't. You don't have to talk to me today. You're not in custody. You're not going to be arrested at the end of this. We're going to take you and drop you off at the place that you want us to drop you off at.
No, you're good. I'm going to try and give you everything.
So I just want you to understand that you're free to go, okay? Mm-hmm. So, all right. Let's start, just super basic. This is your phone, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Has anyone called me? No.
I don't think so. You might have a Snapchat that's come in. All right, Jacoby, what's your last name?
McLeod, MCCLOUD.
Loud. And your first name?
Jacoby, JACOBY.
JACOBY. All right. And date of birth?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I bet that wasn't hard to remember.
It's the easiest thing I can.
So where are you living right now?
It was over there, the street.
That's where you've been living?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How long have you lived there?
Since, let's see, I graduated 2017, so either 2018 or 2019. Let's see.
So for quite a while.
2019.
Okay. I talked to some of the other guys that live in the house. I talked to Carlos and Alex, and they were kind of describing to me some of the stuff that's been going on just in the last few days.
Are they all right?
They are not hurt. Yes. So I think it might be easiest.
The house belonged to Darian, who had inherited it after his mother passed away. He and Jacoby had known each other for some time, and around 2017 or 2018, Darian offered him a place to stay. Darian's girlfriend, Shelby, was already living there before Jacoby moved in. But over time, tensions inside the house began to build as Darian reportedly grew jealous and started harassing Jacoby.
So I understand. Context is really important.
I get you.
If we back up just a little bit and kind of start from, let's say, Christmas and work our way forward from there. I don't need you to tell me what you ate every morning and that kind of stuff. But, I mean, obviously there's some kind of conflict that's been brewing. So when did that actually begin?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm not good at, like, getting straight to the point. I might ramble, so just correct me,
You're
all
not
right?
going to offend me.
I don't remember when it actually started. It's all just Christmas. I think that's when you talked to Alex, but I didn't see him on Christmas, I think. I haven't seen him in a couple weeks, and I don't know, I think they told you he has schizophrenia, and he's spazzed out a couple times, but never like, crazy.
Never violent before.
Like, he's hit like walls and stuff, but
Okay.
I've never seen him hit anyone else or anything.
Okay. Is there something specific that caused this conflict?
What I thought was honestly like a little joke back and forth when we first like became friends and stuff is he was always joking around that I was messing with his girlfriend.
Okay.
Which I didn't.
Is it the same girl?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
what's her name?
Shelby.
Shelby. Okay. Somebody else told me that Shelby lives at the house. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How long has Shelby lived there?
Since before me.
She was there before you were? Okay.
The house was kind of like a halfway house. His mom started for like, people just trying to get back on their feet.
Uh-huh.
When his mom died, he just wanted friends over, and so that when we moved in.
Okay.
But
they've been together since before 2019. They've been together.
Mm-hmm. Since like 17 or 18.
Okay. And when you guys would talk back then, you're saying that the joke was that you were going to steal this girl?
Mm-hmm. It was, honestly, I thought it was just jokes.
And so he's never acted like he was taking that seriously, or was...
Once or twice it was like hard to gauge, but nothing came over it. Like after it's been like a year or two, was never even brought up.
Okay.
But
you think that's what led to this?
They broke up. If you want, you can look at it with me, but I want to see my phone. I can do better if I look at dates through like text messages. And then, like I said, you can look at it too.
Yeah, that's fine. If you think that you'll be able to see specific messages between you and him, is that what we're talking about?
Yes. I know. It was with her, but I think I deleted it. Basically, they broke up, and she was telling me that anytime they would argue, he would bring up that, we were messing around together.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even believe it.
When did they break up?
It was a couple days ago, like last Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay.
But it was like recent, like no later than last week.
When is the last time you saw Darian in person? Or Cody, right? Y'all call him Cody. When's the last time you saw Cody in person?
I couldn't even tell you. We're roommates, but we don't like just actively hang out,
Mm-hmm.
That goes for usually everybody. Sometimes we'll see each other 2 or 3 days. So I haven't seen him in like 1 or 2 weeks.
It's been a while.
Mm-hmm. Before that happened, I think he was jealous because me and the other guys, sometimes we do hang out. We smoke sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think sometimes
it's a little bit of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think he kind of...
I'm not the drug police, man.
You're all good. I'm
not after drugs. Yeah, it's better just tell the truth. I don't care about the drugs.
But I think I I kind of started seeing signs he was getting jealous, but it's one of those things where we don't like just invite each other, just hang out. It's kind of just we pop up and do it.
It was just natural. It just happened.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so I think one time, I don't know if they saw it, but we were getting out of a car where we were hotboxing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he saw it, and I think he was upset just because, we're just doing our own thing,
And he wasn't invited, kind of how he looked at it.
But that was like the last time I really seen him. I can't remember the date. There was a time we talked, and he was angry, but he wasn't like aggressive. Basically, he came in, we were all chilling, we smoked.
Mm-hmm.
He came either 1 or 2 weeks ago, and he was telling us that we should have rent on time. And that if we didn't...
Do you remember if it was before or after Christmas?
Definitely before Christmas.
Before Christmas, okay. So he was telling you guys, no being late on rent, have rent on time?
And for me, in my head, I kind of took that as he was trying to step back as us being friends. And I was kind of hurt, but I didn't, I just wanted to let him go,
He was changing from friend to just pure landlord.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then that's when we kind of started talking, like, what are we going to do next?
Mm-hmm.
And here, this is what I'm going to show you.
So have you been at the house, staying at the house every night?
These past 2 days, no.
Okay.
So
what happened that changed so you weren't spending the night at the house? What changed?
I'm going to show you. So
yeah,
I work Monday through Friday. I leave in the morning on the bus at 12 a.m. Like, I'm asleep. He asked me if I was at the house.
Mm-hmm.
At 6:53, I'm on the bus or something. He's like, and then you just want to come outside for a minute. He's never asked me that.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought he just wanted to fight or something. And I don't like violence or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just always trying to piece it out. And so if you want, you can just look and ask me questions.
And this is between you and him?
Mm-hmm. When they broke up, if you can see, that's when he got more aggressive.
Okay.
And that's when we were like, we should probably get out of here,
You say here, I'll forgive you for messing up my room to explain what's going on.
According to one of their mutual friends, tensions between the two had already been building. The day before the murder, Darian allegedly broke into Jacoby's room, destroyed several of his belongings, and even took 2 of his puppies. This incident only added fuel to the fire, as Jacoby had told investigators that after this, he decided it was time to move out of the house. But when he tried to leave, things didn't go as smoothly as he expected. Whether Jacoby and Shelby were really romantically involved is something that cannot be confirmed. But one thing is certain, Darian and Jacoby were anything but friends. And detectives need to figure out if this sour relationship is what contributed to these murders.
What, can you tell me what day that is? I'm sorry, I'm not good with.
Yeah, no, that's great. Let me go back up. It was Friday.
Friday, so was that Friday morning? Or Friday
Looks like night.
Night?
Mm-hmm.
So Friday, that's when she came and she let me know, that he was serious about thinking that we were together.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked for a minute, and I was just trying to tell her, basically, from my understanding, her talking to me is she got back together because she didn't want him to do anything, I guess.
So they broke up, but they got back together?
Mm-hmm.
When did they get back together?
Like same day, maybe. Like
really?
Day
So
later.
it was fast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I was telling her that she should think about staying with her mom or something, And then I wasn't at the house, so I went to go watch at my grandmother's house. She's down like the highway, I guess, or on the other side of the highway. And that's when Carlos, he informed me that Cody broke into my room and messed all my stuff up.
Right. Yeah, I saw you broke your television.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go down the room because...
And I guess the dogs are missing, some puppies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't like violence or anything like that, so I haven't even went down to my room because I didn't want to be emotional or anything. I just wanted for all of us to get our stuff. I was going to be the last person. Someone was going to help me move my stuff out and just be gone.
Mm-hmm. All right, so today I see messages here that were sent today where you tell him that you're at the house and you're getting your things, and he tells you to stay there. And you tell him, well, just leave me alone, I'm moving out, right? I mean, that's not a quote, but that's what you're telling him, right? So where were you at when he first came back?
So I was moving around in the living room.
And that's the front room of the house, is that right? Okay.
I was by the table. I think I was looking for my keys. My keys were somewhere on the table. And I didn't hear when they got here because I didn't know they were here. I heard arguing, and as I was moving around, I didn't hear anything. And how can I explain? So the table's right here. There's a little kind of back wall. And I'm just right there, and I hear the door open, and I don't hear like walking. I hear like, just fast moving. And then I see him, and to be honest with, it's hard to explain. When I saw his eyes, they were, I don't know how to. When I saw his eyes, they reminded me of my mom's boyfriend's eyes. Just, I don't know. I can't explain that to you.
It's okay. I think I'm understanding what you're trying to say at least a little bit.
But
you saw something in his eyes that made you afraid.
And the gun, it's my mom's. She died a while back, and I only brought it because just in case I didn't,
Where was the gun?
If I remember, it was in my back pocket. Like I said, I didn't even want to have it out. When I saw his eyes, I don't know what to tell you. I can't put pieces together, but when I'm like trying to remember, the next thing I know, I'm on the phone with 911, and I'm in the room with Shelby, and they're trying to tell me to do like compressions or something. And I'm like, I think
Did you see what happened to Shelby?
It looks like she got, and when I'm on the phone with 911, I'm like trying to figure it out. My arms were hot. And so I kind of look, and there's, and they were telling me to do compressions on her, and I like moved her for like a second because they told me, put her on her back. And that's when the police came. So as soon as they said the police are here, go talk to them, I went out of the room.
You went outside. Okay, let's back up one more time, and we'll kind of walk through just today.
I got you.
I really want to make sure I really understand.
I got you. Like I said, I don't mind being here as long as I need to be.
I really appreciate you being willing to talk this out. I know this is a really difficult subject. So you said that you were in the living room. Can you tell me again, kind of describe where you were in the room? And
so,
if we make this table, I know it's not the right shape, but if we make the table the living room, then the front door is here.
The front door.
That table is right over there. Right?
And there's a wall right here.
Yeah, that separates you from another little space here.
And so I was kind of in that area, and then I guess he didn't know I was right there, but I guess when he did, I guess he, just went after me.
Did you see anything in his hands?
I think I saw them. Whenever I like went back to go to the police, I saw it in his hands, but to be honest with you, I don't even remember getting stabbed.
Jacoby had a superficial wound on his left bicep, but the injury quickly raised suspicion among investigators. The cut was shallow, clean, and located in a spot easily reachable by his own hand. It also lacked the irregular pattern and defensive characteristics typically seen in injuries sustained during a violent knife attack. Instead of chaotic blood spatter that might come from a struggle, the blood appeared to have run in a straight line, suggesting a controlled wound rather than one inflicted in the middle of a fight. It was one of the many signs officers found suspicious right off the bat.
Do you remember when you pulled the gun out?
No. I'll be honest with you, I kind of like blacked out. I know there's no way getting around it. I know I did it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But
well, the details are really important, you know. I mean, we can take some time to think about it, but those details are very important to us, you know. I mean, it's knowing exactly what happens really is how we decide where we go from here.
I understand.
You know,
that's what I said.
So did you hear? You said that when you were standing there, you heard them.
So I was kind of walking when I heard them arguing.
Who's them?
Cody and Shelby.
Okay.
Alex,
where were they arguing at?
Oh, in their room.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. So, just so I understand, that front room, it's kind of a rectangle room. There's a front door, and over here's a table, and then there's a little half wall, like you're saying, a little wall, and an opening here into another room about the same size.
Mm-hmm. And then
their room's here.
Yes, and they have their own door entrance, so they came in that way.
Right. They have that side porch entrance. So, Were you in the front room, living room, or were you in that middle room, living room?
I was in the front living room.
Okay. So you were next to the table on the other side of that little wall from their door.
Mm-hmm.
Was their door closed or opened, or?
It was closed.
Okay.
When I first walked by.
Mm-hmm.
But
anything other than arguing that you heard, or?
No, it was just. I'll be honest. It sounded just like regular arguing, not even like screaming at that point or anything.
Mm-hmm. So when you first saw Shelby, how did you see her? Where were you at?
So, whenever it looked like she was kind of like this,
Mm-hmm.
and then I remember the people online, they were telling me to put her on her back, so I kind of tried to move her.
So was she sitting on the floor?
Yes.
Which was she facing, the door to the outside?
Her back was to the door.
Her back was to the door to the outside. So was she next to the bed then?
Kind of, let's say, the table right there is, okay, so basically the bed's right there.
Yeah.
The door's right there.
Uh-huh.
She's more on the door. Not all the way on it until I tried to move her and she kind of hit the door. And then I didn't know what to do. I was going to try and move her or something. That's when they said the police were here.
Was she saying anything to you at all?
No.
Completely non-responsive?
Unresponsive.
Okay. And then I guess they were giving you instructions for CPR. Did you do any CPR before the police arrived?
No, all I did was like move her. I think I moved her and I was going to try and drag her because her head was like on the door kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to try and move her down, and that's when they said the police are outside. So you should, go out there.
Okay. I think I understand that part. So he comes out of that room, and you said there was something in his eyes that was it was scary. Mm-hmm. Really took you back to times that weren't good, and it scared you. Where was he at when you first saw him? Was he still in that middle room, or had he made it all the way into the living room?
So he made it into the living room. I didn't move at all. Mm-hmm. Like, it was one of those, like, I heard the door open, and it was just, he was like, just moving. I guess he was going to go towards the door, and then he saw me.
Okay. Let's do this. I'm going to have you stand up and kind of act it out for me. So we'll make this the actual table. Okay. So this is the table. The front door is over here. All right. The entrance into that middle room, we'll just say, is this wall right here. Okay. So his door is kind of right there, right? So you were by the table.
I'm like right here.
Which way were you facing? Do you remember?
I remember I was trying to grab my keys. They were like just somewhere on here. And then I hear the door kind of like open.
And that's behind you.
Mm-hmm. So technically the door's right here, but the wall separating it. And so I do the turn, and then
And he comes around that wall right on top of you?
No, so I would say, sorry for changing your scenario, but
you're good, man.
If this is the wall and this is the table, then I would be right here, and when his door opens, he'd have to kind of like walk around. Right. So I saw him like right here, and then the front door is right there.
And what was he doing when you saw him?
It was kind of like just moving.
Yeah.
I don't know much else to say. Like he was just moving with purpose, I guess.
And when did he see you right away, or?
It almost felt like it.
Yeah. What did he do when he saw you?
So.
Did he say anything, or?
You didn't say anything.
No.
Or. No.
You don't remember him saying anything?
I'll be honest. It felt like everything happened quick, so I don't think he said anything.
It probably did happen very fast. So he saw you, and what was the very first thing he did?
It was just kind of like the eyes, and then he moved toward me.
Moved toward you?
Mm-hmm.
How was he moving? Can you show me? Can you act out the way that he was moving when he moved toward you?
So,
if just make that table you, and just move toward the table the way that he was moving toward you.
So it was just like coming right towards me.
Intent, but not running, not moving slow, moving with purpose, I think is the word you said just a minute ago. So he came right at you. How close did he get to you?
I don't think he got close.
Yeah.
Or he. I know it's. I don't know how close he got, or even how I pushed him away, because from what it looked like, he was on the ground, like, let's say this is where I was standing. He was on the ground over there, so if he me, then I guess I kind of like pushed him or something.
According to Jacoby, he had returned to the house to pack his belongings when he heard an argument coming from Darian and Shelby's room. He claimed that moments later, Darian came at him with a knife. Fearing for his life, Jacoby said he pulled out his mother's gun, which he had picked up from his grandmother earlier that day, and fired 4 shots at Darian in self-defense. Afterward, he said he went into the room, found Shelby unconscious, and called 911. But that is only his version of events. What Jacoby didn't know was that someone else had been inside the house, hiding in another room. A witness whose identity was later kept confidential. According to that witness, Darian was unarmed when Jacoby pulled out the gun and shot him. When Shelby walked in and saw what had happened, Jacoby attacked her as well. Afterward, he cut himself and staged the scene to look like self-defense. This witness account lines up with the forensic evidence detectives have. And in the face of it all, Jacoby's story will quickly fall apart.
So you don't remember him?
No.
Okay. And those injuries, they're not self-inflicted, right?
No.
You didn't yourself?
I don't believe so. I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever myself, but I remember just feeling burning on my arm when I was calling the
it's super important to know some of the details, I mean, the details are the difference between, him
I understand.
aggressively attacking you with a knife and you defending your life, and you shooting him and then her to death and then putting the knife in his hand. You understand?
I understand. So I said I want to be here as long as it takes. I'm not good at this stuff.
That's not what happened, right? Like you didn't shoot him and then her and then cut yourself? No?
Like I said, I was for a while, and when I got over it, I didn't want any violence in my life. I just wanted, honestly, peace. I do everything I can, just, stay to myself. So like I said, when, he was texting me that, I just wanted to get out. That's it.
Where's the gun usually at? I know it was in your back pocket right there. Where is it usually at?
It's usually at my grandma's house, the one I went to go wash. Like I said, I only brought it because we were trying to move out, and just in case he came and started freaking out again.
So you thought that he might attack you?
Yes, but I wasn't even gonna use it. It's more of a stay back. He has 2 guns, a shotgun and a .22. And so I don't know what his thought process is, you know?
Okay.
And I know the other 2 roommates, they don't have guns.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you know how many times you pulled the trigger?
Oh.
Is it more than one?
Seems like it. 3 or 4 maybe.
3 or 4 maybe? Did he go down right away, or did he keep coming after you when you were pulling the trigger?
He went down.
He went down. Do you have any idea where you hit him? No.
Like I said, I freaked out.
Once he went down, did he get up and move around? Did he roll? Did he crawl? Did he do anything?
No.
No, he stayed right where he was? So you didn't see him hurt her, and you didn't hear what you thought was happening. You thought it was a regular argument?
Mm-hmm. Like I said, I was moving around. When I stopped to look for my keys, that's when.
How long do you think the argument went on? Like, was this like a minute or two, or is this like 10 minutes or more?
3, 4 minutes.
Okay. Can you think of any other details? Anything else you think that I should know?
I don't think so.
Have you ever been diagnosed with any physical or mental disorders?
But I don't go to like hospitals and.
Okay. Are you on any kind of medication? Do you have any prescription that's long running?
No.
Anything from like a special medical bill or medical for mental, or all the way over to just hydrocodone for pain? Nothing at all like that?
No, I used to take
Yeah,
but I don't do it anymore.
but not anymore. Okay. Do you ever drink?
I drink like rainy day.
When's the last time you had any alcohol? Do you remember?
Like
a week ago, 2 weeks ago, a month ago?
So yesterday I had like a shot, but
okay.
Like I don't.
And the time before that, do you remember?
No.
So it's been a minute. Okay.
I smoke more than I drink.
And when you say you smoke, it's right. Do you do any other kind of drug? No. There's no other hard drugs in the house, right?
No.
People don't do.
I've done a couple times, but
okay.
You know, when I was younger.
But not lately. Okay. There's no other in the house.
I don't believe so.
Okay. Do you know? Did Cody use any sort of drugs?
He tried, I think twice, and he didn't have any like symptoms. He smoked, but it was very like occasionally. If it was one of those things where if he did a lot, but if he didn't, he was stone cold.
Yeah. So you guys, as a group, the guys hanging out, y'all smoked together more than he did. Okay. Okay. Let me go get that form, and I'll be right back. Okay.
I got you. It's up to you, but I need to use the restroom. I can wait till we're done with everything.
No, let's go ahead and do it right now. Well, you can leave all that here.
I got you.
Jacoby McLeod was ultimately charged with capital murder of multiple persons for the killings of his roommate, Darian Dean, and Dean's girlfriend, Shelby Emerson. He later accepted a plea deal and was sentenced to 2 life sentences in prison for the murders. Thank you for watching today's video. Whether you're new here or have been with us for a while, check out one of the craziest cases I've ever covered right here, or one of my newest uploads right here.